The Western Cape High Court, sitting in Saldanha Bay, will hand down sentencing tomorrow in the disappearance of Joshlin Smith. Joshlin's mother, Kelly, and two of her co-accused were convicted on kidnapping and human trafficking charges in April. The child has been missing since last year. Nasiphi Same has been covering the sentencing proceedings this week. Joins us now live. Nasiphi, a very good afternoon to you. Thanks very much for your time. So tomorrow is that day.
Well, tomorrow is indeed that day, and we can expect court proceedings to resume at 9 o'clock and less than 24 hours away before Western Cape, or rather presiding judge Nathan Erasmus, hands down his sentencing, as you put it, last month. The three accused, the mother of missing Joshlin Smith, Kelly Smith, her boyfriend Jacqueline Apollos and Stefano van Rijn, were convicted, or rather found guilty for human trafficking and kidnapping. And this is in relation to the disappearance of Joshlin. And today, what I can say, Vuyo, is that at the eve of the sentencing, the emotions inside the Western Cape High Court this morning in particular were palpable. We had majority of the gallery sobbing, including the mother of Joshlin, that is Kelly Smith, accused 3. While the social worker, or rather the witness, took the stand to read out about 5 statements, victim impact statements, from various people, those that were closest to Joshlin, including a community member who was a volunteer searcher, who says that more than a year later, there's an item of clothing that she still cannot wear, as it was the clothes that she wore when she woke up the first morning to go search or form part of the search looking for Joshlin. We also heard the victim impact statement from Kelly's own mother, Amanda Smith Daniels, who asked Kelly, or rather in that note, asking that how could, or rather her grandchild remains missing. And the fact that Kelly has brought so much division or brokenness into the family. 15 months later, the family remains broken. Going as far as saying that she is extremely concerned, seeing that she is now taking care of Kelly's oldest. And saying that when he does not return home from school when he's supposed to, she ends up being on edge, not knowing what could happen. We also heard the victim impact statement of Joshlin's grade 1 teacher. And that is when we also saw a video compilation of pictures of Joshlin. It was in that moment that Kelly started sobbing inside the Western Cape High Court. And on numerous occasions, we've heard from the state that this particular matter is one for the books, or rather the trial itself, seeing that we have not heard the voice of the victim detailing to the court what happened to her. And today we had an opportunity to hear the voice of little Joshlin, and we've heard on numerous occasions many describing her faint little laugh, and today the court was able to hear that. And it did tug a lot of strings where, you know, the entire gallery was sobbing, to a point where Judge Erasmus then called for short adjournment, also to allow for accused 3, Kelly Smith, to contain herself, including those closest to Joshlin and the community at large that has been deeply impacted by the disappearance of Joshlin more than 15 months later.
The state is, of course, Nasiphi, calling for life sentences for the trio.
That is indeed true. The state, not the first time that they've called for this. The minimum prescribed sentence for human trafficking is life imprisonment. So they are calling for life imprisonment or a maximum sentence. Yesterday, we heard the probation officer testifying following his interview with the 3 accused this past weekend and indicating that suspended sentence for the 3 accused would not serve justice, also taking into account the gravity of the charges that they face and the seriousness, and also taking into account that Joshlin has not been found 15 months later. And the probation officer there yesterday, Mr. Peterson, indicating that he believes life, or rather incarceration or behind bars or imprisonment, is just a sentence for the 3 accused, looking at the nature of the crime and the fact that more than 15 months later, Joshlin remains unaccounted for.
Nasiphi Same in Saldanha Bay in the Western Cape.